The only thing they did was just in the classroom, they switched the seating arrangement, and that's it.
One parent's frustration reaches the breaking point.
It's like, a spring day. We couldn't ask for any better weather.
The warm weather is welcomed relief for people who have to work outside.
And tomorrow, Governor Quinn gives the State of the State address. Today, he gave clues as to what to expect. ABC News Channel 15 News at 6 starts now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Liz Loheis.
And I'm Doug Quick. A parent seeking answers as to why nothing is being done to stop what she calls bullying in the Urbana School District files a lawsuit.
ABC News Channel 15's Maureen Glisovic spoke with the parent, and she now joins us live in the studio with more. Maureen?
Well, good evening, Doug and Liz. I spoke with Vilma, who after months of frustration has decided to file a lawsuit against the Urbana School District, the superintendent, Dr. Preston Williams, and Thomas Paine Elementary School principal, Sandy Cooper. Now, although Vilma did agree to speak with us, she did not want to show her face for protection purposes and by her lawyer's request. Vilma says her daughter, who attends Thomas Paine Elementary School, has been dealing with bullies since kindergarten, and it continues to this day.
The bullying is still going on. Not as severe as it was before, like physically, but mentally, still it's going on. They still call her names. They still a little nudge, they still intimidate her at school, like during lunch recess.
Just last week, Thomas Paine held a bullying workshop to teach parents, students, and faculty ways to deal with bullies. But Vilma says one workshop wasn't enough to protect her daughter.
That workshop they had, but that's not going to work if the school decides to not discipline these kids and not notify the parents, that their kids are doing this.
Vilma says after months of frustration and stress, they decided to seek legal help instead.
We served Dr. Williams, Mrs. Sandy Cooper, and the school district.
Vilma and her husband have filed a lawsuit against all three. Vilma's lawyer, Gerald Smith, gave us a statement saying, quote, "The family hopes that by their actions, the school district will get its act in order to create a safe educational environment for all school children free from bullying."
I want her to grow up knowing that I just didn't sit there and let this happen, that I'm doing something not just for her, but for all the kids in the school district that are also being bullied.
I tried to contact both Dr. Williams and the Urbana School Board numerous times, but received no calls back. I also tried to contact the school district's lawyer, but I didn't receive a call back either. Liz, back to you.
Thanks, Maureen. Be sure to tune into ABC News Channel 15 for the latest as we will continue to follow this case.
Today, family and friends are remembering a loved one lost. Austin Dyson died Friday night during a car accident. The Muhammad 16-year-old was in the car with two others who are now being treated for injuries at area hospitals. Friends say Austin's day was made by making people laugh. His visitation runs till 7 tonight at the Muhammad Christian Church. A celebration of life ceremony will be tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. also at the Muhammad Christian Church.
Champaign police are investigating an early morning shooting. They say it happened just before 2 a.m. in the 400 block of East Columbia. When police arrived, they were informed the victim drove himself to Carle Hospital. The victim told police he was sitting in a car with a passenger in the driveway of a friend's home. A car pulled up behind them. A pop was heard and the driver's side window broke. The passenger got out of the car, and that's when the victim realized he had been shot. Anyone with information is asked to call the Champaign Police Department or Crime Stoppers at 373-TIPS.
Well, it was quite an extraordinary day today as we look out across North Champaign on the Sullivan Park Hill Tower cam up above. Well, we're seeing clouds. Those clouds started to move through in the afternoon, and in spite of that, we were still looking at some really high temperatures. In fact, not quite near record, but certainly close, 60 degrees. And I remind you, this is not a high temperature. This is the current temperature at Willard Airport. 64 degrees down in the St. Louis area, still looking at mild conditions. And no rain quite yet here, but right along the Route 54 corridor from Springfield up into the Clinton area, around Farmer City, seeing just a scattering of some very light precipitation, and that will continue to move eastward here and probably intensify through the evening. 60 degrees, Clouds at Willard Airport, winds out of the southwest at around 20 miles an hour, so still looking at some quite breezy conditions. 20-mile-an-hour breezes also in Danville, 55 degrees with clouds there. We do expect those clouds to clear early in the morning tomorrow, and by the midday and afternoon, we expect to see plenty of sunshine. Another mild day, relatively speaking, although certainly cooler than today. 52, the expected high temperature tomorrow. And a pretty good end to the week before more chances of rain begin to move in. We'll tell you all about it. Storm Team 15 forecast is coming up. Liz, back to you.
Thanks, Doug. And speaking of that weather, 2 unseasonably warm days in a row in east central Illinois at the end of January isn't something we see very often, but many people aren't complaining. ABC News Channel 15's James Fillmore joins us with more on this story. James.
Well, several people were relishing in this warm weather by wearing short-sleeve shirts, shorts, and there was even a guy wearing flip-flops. The higher temperatures allowed people to get outside and exercise, wash their cars, or do anything else while taking advantage of the beautiful weather. For many people who have to work outside year-round, this type of weather is a welcomed relief from the snow and cold. A dog walker with Fetch Pet Care of Champaign-Urbana says being outside on a warm day is a real treat.
This is absolutely unheard of, and it's great. It makes our jobs that much more enjoyable. Anything about it for us, for the dogs, for the clients, they don't have to worry about, what if their dog is cold that day. For some of the smaller dogs who have to wear coats, this is great. We just get to grab them and go. One
man who works as a welder has to work both inside and outside around the year. He says he enjoys the warm weather, but after working outside for so long, you eventually get used to the east central Illinois winters.
Thanks, James. That dog walker you heard from says she was in good company on the sidewalks, passing a lot of other dog workers taking advantage of the nice day.
Turning a community college education into a bachelor's degree could be getting much easier for students in Macon County, especially if they're hoping to transfer to Eastern Illinois University. Today, Richland Community College signed several 2+2 agreements with Eastern Illinois University. Both schools marked the new agreements with a ceremonial signing at the Duane O. Andreas Agribusiness Center at Richland's campus. The new articulation contracts govern the transfer of credits between the schools for 7 current Richland Associate of Applied Science degree programs.
The student will not have any worries about prerequisites or courses that they may not have taken, that they should have taken before they entered the degree program at Eastern Illinois University.
The 7 Richland programs under these agreements are biofuels technician, computer numerical control technology, drafting and design engineering, electrical systems, mechanical systems, African American studies, and nursing.
The event for this year's American Cancer Society's Relay for Life of Champaign County kicks off tonight. Anyone interested in participating or helping is encouraged to attend. The Cancer Society already has 38 teams made up of more than 200 participants. Although volunteers are still needed to help with a variety of jobs, such as organizing and helping with publicity. Tonight's event starts at 6:30 and will be held at the Champaign County Extension Office in Champaign. For more information on the Relay for Life event, head to our website at WICD15.com and click on Web Watch.
Day 1 of the spring legislative session is now in the books. State lawmakers did not get to too much today, but tomorrow they will find out what Governor Quinn wants the state to look like in the near future. ABC News Channel 15's Andrew Hansen is live at the Capitol with a preview of the State of the State address. Andrew?
Well, Doug, the governor's main focus will be about jobs and economic growth. Right now, the unemployment rate in Illinois, 9.8%. The governor says fixing the state isn't just about cutting the budget. He points to job creation, especially with small and young companies. House Republicans have proposed accelerating the corporate income tax rollback to help business in Illinois. Now, Quinn will also lay out his plan to help working families. Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon says Quinn will also focus on education, supporting military families, and pensions.
The challenges are in the budget, and particularly pensions. I am pleased, though, that I think around the state there's a growing understanding of exactly the nature of that challenge, that this is not a challenge that we can do anyone any service by ignoring.
Senate President John Cullerton addressed tomorrow's speech by the governor. He says we need to focus on paying our bills. The backlog is in the billions of dollars. He wants to borrow money to get that paid now, but Republicans are saying no more debt. Cullerton also says we should pay nursing homes and hospitals for outcomes, not just procedures. That will help the budget. So the State of the State address is tomorrow here at the Capitol at noon. Governor Pat Quinn will make his budget address February 22nd. Reporting live at the Capitol, Andrew Hansen, ABC News Channel 15.
Thanks, Andrew. If you want to watch Governor Quinn's State of the State address, you can with your mobile phone. Just head to our website and download the WICD app.
Local artists are being given the chance to make a lasting impression in an Urbana park.
And Illini football head coach Tim Beckman shows off his supporting cast. We'll hear from the new coaching staff a little later in sports.
Calling all local artists. The city of Urbana is looking to showcase your creativity in King Park. And it's all part of a mission to honor Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy and support the local art scene. The city is asking artists to submit up to 10 samples of work. If a panel of judges likes it, you may be chosen to help design an interactive sculpture in the park. Public Arts Coordinator Christina McClelland says it's a great opportunity for the work of a local artist to really shine in the community.
Well, the City of Urbana has been really dedicated to engaging the public with the arts here in Urbana, and so this just continues into that mission. Also, the Park District has put a lot of work into updating King Park, as well as King School has had some improvements, so we see this as a great opportunity.
For more information on how you can submit your work, head to our website and click on Web Watch. Well, it comes as a very welcome surprise for Carle Hospital. A U.S. News and World Report names Carle one of its best regional hospitals. Patient ratings for overall experience in several specialty areas ranking in the high-performing category are just a few reasons for the recognition. CEO of Carle Foundation says working in medicine is difficult due to changes in healthcare, but one aspect still remains the same as always.
Really focusing on providing the best clinical care and not losing sight of that. It's easy to get distracted in healthcare these days, and so by focusing on what we're really here for, the delivery of healthcare, the awards and recognitions follow.
Dr. Leonard says the recognition won't change the day-to-day activities at the hospital, hopefully only make the employees work to keep the reward. Doug?
Well, we did see some sunshine early, but the clouds have moved into the area, and currently we're looking at a band of showers, light showers, moving across central Illinois. It will probably be moving into our area in the next hour, hour and a half or so. We'll take a closer look at that. And the Storm Team 15 forecast, it's a good one. It's coming up next. Welcome back to ABC News Channel 15. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Looking out to the southwest on the Sullivan Park Hill Tower cam a little earlier. Look at the clouds with a few streaks of sunshine, but that was about it. You had to look real quick. Now those clouds are bringing a band of showers across central Illinois. We'll show you those in a bit. 42 this morning, 60 degrees the high today. Wow, how about that? Not bad for the end of January. We're now 2/3 of the way through meteorological winter. Something to celebrate today. And our January precipitation total above average at 3 and 1700ths. Could add to that depending on how many drops of rain we get this evening as it moves across the area. Look at the highs today, though. 59s in Mattoon, Paris, Marshall, Petersburg, Fowler, Watseka, 60 in Paxton and Champaign and Rantoul and Danville, Tuscola, Monticello, Gibson City, 59 in Charleston, also in the Hoopeston area, 59 over in Crawfordsville. Current temperatures, well, not off the mark all that much. Still mid to upper 50s to around 60 degrees. It's 60 right now in Champaign. 55 degrees in Danville, also in Rantoul. So still looking at mild conditions, those clouds overhead sort of serving as a blanket, keeping us relatively warm. This is the way it looked right after noon. We were seeing some sunshine and the clouds started to thicken up. Now we're seeing that stretch of precipitation here from the Springfield area to around Clinton, there in DeWitt County, and it sort of tapers off when you get up toward the Gibson City area. But that's running pretty much right along the old US 54, now the Illinois Route 54. It used to be US many moons ago. And of course, you can go to our website, check it out, take a closer look at interactive radar. It's at WICD15.com. Here it is, ESP Live, showing that precipitation, and it looks like it's starting to thicken up a little bit and intensify right around the Illiopolis area there along I-72, perhaps seeing some heavier rain there around Maroa and all the way up into the Clinton area, and like I said, right around the Farmer City area, seeing a little bit of activity as well. This is the way it looked a little earlier today. Here come the clouds. Here comes the formation of that precipitation right along that very weak frontal boundary. It'll continue to push eastward during the overnight. Behind that, some good news. We're going to continue to see mild conditions as high pressure brings that Pacific air into the Midwest as opposed to the Arctic air. And that's certainly some good news, because with those mild conditions, we'll still see temperatures well above average for this time of year, and the bulk of the rain shower activity moves south of the Ohio River Valley. So that's certainly some good news there. And we're also looking at a little frontal boundary out across the plains. Shouldn't pose much of a problem until perhaps the end of the week. Here's the microcast showing a scattering of some rain showers tonight. They won't last long. They'll be out of here by early tomorrow morning, and hopefully so will the clouds. Could see some early morning fog tomorrow, but it should clear fairly quickly. Mostly cloudy skies overnight with that chance of rain showers. 40 degrees by early in the day tomorrow, all the way up to 52. A little cooler than it was today, but still well above average for this time of year. And we do expect to see mostly sunny skies a little later. 52 also expected for Thursday. It's Groundhog Day, by the way. 48 for Friday. And then the rain showers start to move in late Friday into Saturday and Sunday as well. That's a look at the 7-day Storm Team 15 forecast. Stay with us. Sports next. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. Illinois basketball is underway in its big matchup against 10th-ranked Michigan State. But the football team also made news today. ABC News Channel 15's Mike Lederer has more.
Here at Memorial Stadium, and while Illinois basketball takes center stage tonight, the football team was in the spotlight on Tuesday afternoon with new head coach Tim Beckman officially announcing his new coaching staff. And the common theme among the staff, loyalty and coming together as a family.
One thing that I have learned in my 47 years of being a coach's son and being around this great game of football is that you surround yourself with people. And the people that you surround yourself have to believe in the same things that you believe in.
After talking to Coach Beckman and understanding his vision for this program, at that point it became real to me that there was no other opportunity that I would really want to be a part of, and being part of Illini Nation.
Fast-paced, aggressive. We're going to spread the field. We're going to use the field vertically and horizontally. Hopefully we're going to play fast and be up tempo to where they're not going to have no time to go get a drink or any of that kind of stuff. They're going to stay locked in. I think we're going to be exciting to watch. We're going to try to get the ball to our playmakers and put them in a position to make plays. I think everybody tells you that. Hopefully we'll go out there and do it on the field.
Left the Sunshine State of Florida to come north, back to the Big Ten, work for that gentleman. I've had a chance to be in the Big Ten a number of times as a player at Minnesota, coach at Purdue, coach at Ohio State, so I make my fourth stop. And all those years I was in this league, I knew what Illinois had, what Illinois could do, what Illinois should do. So when he called and invited me to come join the staff, I was all in.
And with the football team getting a fresh start, the basketball team might hope for some of the same losers of 3 straight. The Illini back in action against 10th-ranked Michigan State. Now Draymond Green leading the way for the Spartans on the season. And Bruce Weber believes the key to victory for the Illini might not be shutting down Green, but making sure to keep the other players for Michigan State in check.
They have one of the best players, one of my favorite players in the country, in Draymond Green, who I'm not sure exactly what he is. He's just a player. He's a point guard. He's a forward. He's a center. He's everything. It's still he's going to get good points. You can't. He's going to get his own points. Can't let him have a triple double. I think that's when he gets involved, scoring and rebounding and assists. That's where they're so effective. But we can't let an Appling, Wood, Nick, somebody like that go off and have a huge game, because then it really puts you in a bind.
Now the Illini have won 2 straight at Assembly Hall against the Spartans, and they'll look to make it 3 in a row to avoid falling below 500 in Big Ten play. Reporting from Memorial Stadium, Mike Lederer for ABC News Channel 15.
Thanks, Mike. And the Illini are underway right now at Assembly Hall against Michigan State. A slow start to the game with the lead switching back and forth, but the Illini holding Draymond Green to no points halfway through the first half, and Green has 3 early fouls. And here's another look outside through the eyes of the Sullivan Park Hill Tower Cam. Doug will have a last check of the forecast in just a minute.
Well, we're seeing light rain currently across central Illinois. It looks a lot worse than it is. You can see from the rate of rainfall, it's very, very light as we examine that across central Illinois, but it is moving eastward. We'll have the latest coming up tonight at 10, also available all the time at WICD15.com.
We'll see you later.